Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Big Femi Joshua. Anthony Joshua made his own prediction back in 2020, okay? December 2nd, 2020, this is what Anthony Joshua said. He said he believes he's more likely to face Alexander Usyk than his rival, world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury in 2021. Promoters of Joshua and Fury have, of course, was talking, and you know what happened with all that, okay? So Joshua then said Usyk, which is 18-0 and 13 KOs, the former undisputed world cruiserweight champion, who is the WBO mandatory challenger, is a stronger possibility for 2021. He said, when I look at Fury, great talent, but I don't know whether he's coming or going, Joshua told ESPN on Wednesday. I don't know if he's going to fight Wilder or if he's not going to fight Wilder, if he's going to fight Aget Kabayel or if he's not going to fight Aget Kabayel. He announced he was going to fight me, then the deal didn't get signed and we're not fighting. Then you have got Usyk, and he seems to be just straight. You hear he's fighting Derek Chisora and he fights him. You hear he's fighting Chaz Witherspoon and he fights him. I go off people who are serious. If Fury is serious and keen, then the fight will happen. Honestly, I'm keen to myself. He's supposed to have the great ring IQ, boxing IQ, so it's going to be really a good challenge. I'm keen to compete with him, no problem. But whether he's ready, that's a whole other story because of other issues he faces during his career. Now, that's the words of Anthony Joshua. Let me counterpunch. Do you guys see when Anthony Joshua knocked out Pulev in 2020, okay, December 12th, and everybody was like, oh, well, who do you want to fight? And you want to fight? And he's like, man, look, whoever has the belt. If you know whoever has the belt, I'll fight. Okay, so that automatically includes Wilder. And see, now looking back in hindsight, we already know that he suspected that to happen. Even though it appeared like it was getting close, he already had said this. He said this December 2nd. So he was already looking ahead. Okay, he was looking like, I don't know if he's coming or going. I don't know what he's going to do. But really, who knows what Tyson Fury is going to do until Tyson Fury actually does it. Now, it was people saying it's not going to happen. Wilder this, Wilder that. They were right. It was going to happen. Contract expired, had everybody believing that. And now the contract expired is a whisper in the wind. Nobody talks about that no more, right? I haven't heard anyone say the contract. Have you heard Bob Arum? Have you heard Frank Warren? Have you heard these guys' accent on the contract expired? And then that should have been the lawyer's fighting point or the deal breaker for Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua right then. But it didn't happen now, did it? No. So they're not fighting. Anthony Joshua called it. Now we're looking at Usyk. Okay. And the thing is with Usyk, now Usyk wants a huge amount of money or, a big fight purse, reasonably, but he is the mandatory challenger and we'll see what happens with that. But Anthony Joshua, he goes on to say, I don't know what will happen in 2021, but if I was to bet all my money on it, it would be Usyk because he's with Matchroom, straightforward fight, and his track record shows when he says he's going to fight someone, he does. So the funny thing about this is, look where we're at right now. Look exactly where we're at right now. Look at the prediction that this man called it. Now, he should fight Alexander Usyk. But the only reason he wouldn't fight Alexander Usyk is some type of business negotiation. It ain't because Usyk don't want to fight him. Usyk has every intention of fighting Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua knows that. But better yet, he knew that before all this Fury stuff. Okay, because that was around the time when this article came out. He was going to fight Aget Kabayel. And then all of a sudden that fight just went away. It's just funny how fights just go away. And that was the weirdest thing I ever seen. And then and then when you see stuff like that, and like if you're Joshua, you're looking at it like, what happened to the I Get Caballero fight? Because I was thinking that same thing with that emoji. Right? And it was just like, what happened? So when you see people do things like that, they have the habits and the tendencies to walk out on fights. He's supposed to fight Wilder in 2019 in the rematch. He ended up fighting him a year later. So, there you go. And looking at Fury now, Fury's fight with Wilder is the only thing definite because it was a ruling that declared he had to fight him. Okay? And in like the weird thing about Fury now is that this is the first time that a court made him do something. Because he couldn't use the mental illness and all that because that just all of a sudden went away too. You know what I mean? So it really didn't. Obviously, that tells you that the Vladimir win was a lot bigger than the Wilder win for him to fall off the hinges like he did, however he did. You know what I mean? But anyway, I was just putting this together, sharing this with you guys about this Anthony Joshua prediction in 2020. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.